Hare Krishna. The world can crowd Krishna out of our heart, and so can the mind. Some people feel that if we get involved too much in doing things in this world, do this, do that, then lots of thoughts about the world invade our consciousness. And as we become more and more involved and entangled, then we don't have the inner space for our spiritual side. And thoughts about Krishna get crowded out of our consciousness. Thoughts of something beyond this world don't find place in our heart when it is filled with thoughts about this world. And this is a valid point. That's why when Krishna talks about the characteristics of knowledge in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 13th chapter, states the characteristic of those in knowledge as Vivikta Desha Sevitvam Aratirjana Samsadi. In 13.11, he says that such people prefer to stay in a secluded place, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam and Aratirjana Samsadi. They do not want to get involved in the way people in general act. So, it is true. At the same time, we have to know that the greatest distractor from Krishna is not just the world, it is also the mind. We may be alone, distanced from the world, but alone we can go into illusion. That we can go into deadly illusion nowadays, because when we are alone, we are no longer alone. Nowadays, with our phones and our computers, we have access to the whole world through the internet. And sometimes while we are alone, we may get caught into temptation, surfing inappropriate content and wasting time in hours and hours. So, seclusion alone is no protector from illusion. In fact, seclusion, if it is not accompanied by adequate purification or strong purposeful intention, then seclusion can actually aggravate our illusion. It can, at least when we are with people, we won't get too caught in the mind's illusions, because the physical will pull us out of the mental. But when we are alone physically, then we just get caught in the mental. So, we have to understand that there is the physical level, there is the mental level and the spiritual level. And yes, the physical can pull us away from the spiritual, but even the mental can pull us away from the spiritual. And the way to go to the spiritual level is by cultivating a strong spiritual intention. And that spiritual intention is most effectively cultivated through spiritual association. Krishna says in spiritual association, Macchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. That the great devotees, they delight in discussing about Krishna, and thus they experience highest happiness, ramanti cha. This is the happiness that we all seek, and this comes through the association of devotees. Of course, even in association, we need the proper intention. And sometimes we are, after we have practiced bhakti diligently, after we have got adequate inspiration from the association of devotees, then even if we go into seclusion, then also we will stay protected. Then also we will be able to move towards Krishna by remembering him internally. So, rather than blaming the world for taking us away from Krishna or blaming the mind for taking us away from Krishna, we need to know that to go towards Krishna, what we need foremost is our intention. And we have to, based on our own personal nature, whether we are introverts or extroverts, whether we get strength while we are alone or whether we get strength while we are with others, we can decide the right composition, right balance of how much seclusion and how much association can best help us to strengthen our intention, which will enable us to cultivate absorption in Krishna and to fight back and overcome distraction, thereby progressing towards the supreme satisfaction. Thank you. Hare Krishna.